guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a fun little video for you. I was inspired by an artist. His name is Dustin Bailard. He is amazing. I will have all of his info down below. Please check him out. Alright guys, so I'm just grabbing my WOLFE Essentials palette in the color white, and I'm just dipping my brush into some water and activating the paint and just painting my entire face. I'm also going to bring this down my neck and my ears, as my vampire basically is white, so you don't want to forget those areas. You don't have to paint your ears, but I mean, if you're going out, I would suggest painting it, otherwise you're going to look a little crazy. Okay, so next I'm going to grab my MAC 24-Hour Eye Base, and I'm just going to layer that all over my eye. And I'm going to grab my LORAC Pro eyeshadow, and I'm the color black, and I'm just going to pack this on all over the lid. It's okay if it's a little messy because this is meant to be a big smoky eye. You kind of want to bring the shape upwards to give it a very dramatic effect on the eye. Okay, so now I'm grabbing my 217 brush and I'm just buffing the brown color from the palette as well. I'll have it listed down below. I believe it's Sable. And I'm just going to use this as my transition to really smoke out this eye shape. Now I'm grabbing my INGLOT 77 and I'm basically going to create a wing that will just cut some bitches. So really you want to make a really big dramatic wing, more dramatic than normal because you're going to add some really big lashes later on. So you want this to just really be a really sharp big wing. How many times am I going to say that? Don't worry if it's not sharp. You could just take a little bit of white face paint and just really clean up those edges. And I'm going to do that on both sides right now. With my sponge, I'm just blending it in back into my face. Now I'm just grabbing a little bit of white translucent powder just to even everything out a little bit and make it more even, I guess I would say. Why am I making these funny faces? I can't with myself sometimes. Okay, next I'm grabbing my INGLOT liner again and a small angled detailed brush, and I'm just going to fill in the waterline. I'm actually filling it in a little bit lower than I normally would because, again, you want to make a very big, intense, dramatic, smoky eye. So I'm just going to really just go over it underneath my eye very much. So, yeah. Now I'm grabbing some white eyeshadow to put underneath the eyebrow bone to basically take away the skin tone that I have there. And I'm going to grab a angled brush and I'm just going to fill in my eyebrows. Now with my eyebrows, I'm just filling them in more into the center than I normally would. We're not creating a unibrow, but we are creating a more dramatic eyebrow. I used the two dark shadows, the brown and the light brown shadow from the LORAC palette as well. I'll make sure to list it down below for the eyebrows as well. So you're just going to fill them in and bring them inward. Next, I'm grabbing a 224 brush and I'm just grabbing a mixture of eyeshadows. This is pink, orange, and red. And I'm just basically warming up my face. I'm going to go in with the forehead, the cheekbones, my nose contour. Basically, I'm just bringing some life into this face. It's not supposed to be very precise. This can be as messy as you'd like, as this is based off a painting. So you want to make it look like it's watercolor. I'm also bringing the color underneath my eye, so it gives it a little bit more smoky underneath that black, but it's also bringing in the red colors as well. Now I'm just grabbing the same colors and I'm going to start contouring my nose here. Like I said, it doesn't have to be precise. Now I'm grabbing a little bit of the taupe color and I'm just going to mix that into the contours as well to deepen the contour. You also want to bring all these colors down your neck because you don't want to have a pink face and a white neck. So you're going to bring everything down. And again, everything's pretty messy. Nothing's precise because you want it to look like it's all watercolor, like a painting. So you just want to make sure to really blend everything because that's the key to making this look more like a watercolor than harsh lines. And everything's kind of blended and soft. Now I'm just grabbing a little bit of black to add a little bit more dimension into this. So I'm just going to mess around and I'm grabbing a little bit of a fluffier brush because I have more surface area here. And this is just to make it a little bit less intense. And again, I'm just grabbing the black and going into the hollows of my cheeks as well as my nose, I believe. Now I'm going to create fake lashes. So basically I'm dragging down some lines, extending them from my natural lashes. And again, you want to make these really long and dramatic on your lash line. It doesn't have to be precise, it can be messy, just make sure to make them bold. Now I'm just going to pop on these dramatic lashes. They're a little tricky to put on because they're very dramatic. Grabbing a red lip liner, it could be any red lip liner. You could use MAC Cherry, MAC Ruby Woo, and I'm just going to fill in my lips. Now I'm going to overdraw them because you want them to look voluptuous as possible. So I'm just going to overdraw them and fill them in completely with the liner. And then I'm going to grab MAC's VAMPLIFY because they're very pigmented and very shiny, and I'm just going to layer that gloss all over because you just want to make sure they look very juicy. So again, just make sure to layer that on because you want to make sure your vampire really looks like she just sucked a lot of blood, basically, pretty much. I mean, look at that shine. Yes, come through. Back to the face palette, I'm just going to take my brush and basically water down the brush and add the paint to the brush. And then I'm going to start dripping different drips around my face. The camera kind of stopped working in the middle of it. I didn't realize this, but I'm basically doing this motion all over my face. I'm dripping it between my eyes. I'm adding a little bit of black to make it darker and deepen it. I'm adding a little bit of purple. Just to give different intensities of colors while I'm doing this. Now I'm just grabbing some fake blood and I'm just going to add a little bit extra on the lips to make it really look like she just finished biting someone's neck off. Lastly, I'm going to grab some black paint and I'm going to create the necklace. So I'm just creating some dots and then Xing the dots, if that makes sense, just crossing them to kind of make it look like a little choker. And I'm just going to cross them all around the neck, and then I'm going to bring it down as well because it's a long little necklace. So yeah. Now I'm just grabbing the dripping motion again with the watered down paint, and I'm just adding a little bit of black just to deepen it as well and give a little bit more definition and a little bit more to our vampire paint lady. And I'm also going to grab it to my face, and that's a little intense, so I'm going to go back with a sponge and just water it down or mesh it down. Mesh it? Then you just want to grab a flower crown, maybe a necklace, a wig, and that is it. Please check out the artist. He is amazing. His name is Dustin Bailard. I'll make sure to put his info down below. As always, give it a thumbs up, and until next time.